You live right now? Most on Kirk. Shalom, Israel. I.S.U.P.K Houston, Wednesday. I'm Officer Not, Officer 5000. What's the title of the class again? Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. You got a Bible? Don't worry about that. You got a Bible? Grab a Bible. Grab a Bible. Alright, so, So a lot of times, blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, you know what I'm saying, we always got that fear of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? We always wondering if, you know what I'm saying, the bill gonna get paid, or if we're gonna eat today, or if your kid gonna eat, or you know what I'm saying, your lady gonna eat. It's always that doubt and uncertainty. You dig what I'm saying? That feeling of just not being certain that things is gonna get done. You dig what I'm saying? I think that's a lot of times where our stress comes from. You know, a lot of gray hairs, a lot of people die because of that feeling. You know what I'm saying? But when you trust in the Most High, you ain't really gotta worry about that. You ain't gotta feel like that, because you're gonna go to work without your wallet one day. That's gonna be the day that your job having a cookout. You know what I'm saying? Or barbecue, whatever y'all call it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the day that, I mean, somebody like, yo, you bought something to eat for me 2 weeks ago. I got you, because the Lord will take care of you. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it, especially if you say that you don't have it, if you be like, yeah, I don't got it right now, the Lord gonna make sure you have it. That's just the way it is. But us as black people, we want it to be how we want it to be. We want it to be like, straight like that. So like, I don't got my wallet, so I ain't eating. That's just the way it is. But that ain't what the Lord got for you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said He gonna make sure the birds eat. You know what I mean? Slack it. You know what I mean? It's stray animals, and they eat. You know what I'm saying? There's homeless people, they eat. Homeless people survive everything. They survive. Them crackheads, they be surviving. $5 will go a long way. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I think we more so worried about, how can we plan it out to make perfect sense instead of trusting on the Lord. You know what I mean? And we got that spirit of fear on us, but that fear spirit, that ain't our spirit. You know what I'm saying? We worried about trying to be in this society, in this kingdom, and that's what cripples us. So let's start off. Let's get 2 Timothy 1:7. I got this song stuck in my head. This Ella May song. I just keep singing it, so it's a lock if I just wanted to just sing it, because that joint stuck in my head. All right, 2 Timothy 1:7.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
For God hath not given us the spirit of fear,
Go ahead.
but of power,
Go ahead.
and of love,
Mm-hmm.
and of and of a sound mind.
Read it from the top again.
Come. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7.
I like to read the whole scripture so you can really get the spirit of it, the whole feel of it, and then go back, you know what I'm saying, and break it down. Go ahead. I know, like me personally, sometimes I got ADD, so by the time we get to the end of the scripture, I'm thinking about NASCAR and basketball. You did what I'm saying? So I want to read the whole scripture so we actually get the whole feel for it, then we're going to go back and pick it apart. Read from the top again.
This book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear.
The Lord ain't give us a spirit of fear. The Lord ain't make us to feel like that. The Lord ain't make us to think, that somebody else can overpower us, that something can overpower us, or some kind of bill, some piece of paper can overpower us, some phone call. You dig what I'm saying? Some woman. You dig what I'm saying? Or some man. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord never gave us the spirit to fear something. We got that spirit from our oppressor, and we got that spirit from Satan. You know what I'm saying? Satan is the representation of, Esau is the representation of Satan on earth. He makes you fear because he make you feel incapable or inadequate, right? So you can't pay your bills. You're like, damn, I can't get my bill paid. That spirit of fear is Esau ruling you. You dig what I'm saying? Or you fear somebody else. That spirit of fear is Satan ruling you, because you don't think the Lord got your back. You don't think the Lord is going to fight this fight for you. You might see a person or anything in front of you, and if you don't give the Lord his credit, then it will defeat you because the Lord wasn't with you. But if you got that spirit of fear in you, you know what I'm saying, you lost already. Go ahead.
But of power.
But of what?
But of power.
Now, the Lord said that we was Yashar Allah, princes of the power, sons of God, children of the power, princess and princesses of the power. Now, if you can't harness or yield that power, then who are you? You must not be Yashar Allah. You must be, I don't know, somebody else. You think what I'm saying? That must be who you are. So just know that the Lord gave you that spirit for a reason. The Lord gave you a spirit of honor, dignity. He gave you a spirit of power. He gave you a spirit of triumph for a reason. Because if you was to fear everything, then you can't conquer anything, especially yourself. Right or wrong? Absolutely. You can't. You got the microphone, right? Yeah, you can't even conquer yourself. So first thing you got to do is conquer that. It's a lot here. Conquer that bitch assness in yourself. You dig what I'm saying? I conquer the bitch ass nigga in yourself first. You know what I'm saying? That weak ass bitch in yourself first. Conquer whoever is in you first. And once you conquer them, then you can conquer the world. Then you can conquer the streets. Then you can conquer whatever you want to conquer, your household. But until you get rid of that BAN or that unruly woman inside of you, you can't conquer anything. Because you're stuck on step number one. The Lord gave you the spirit of fear. Not me. Not us. In this household, you're going to get rid of that spirit. One way or another. You're going to learn to trust in the Lord. Keep going.
But of power.
Go ahead.
And of love.
Now, what is love? Yaqubad.
An action.
Good answer. Give me some actions that love can be.
Showing brotherhood.
Brotherhood. I like it. Go ahead.
And remaining a brother. Always being a brother.
Now, explain on brotherhood.
Basically, okay. Don't leave your brother hanging.
Don't leave your brother hanging. Okay.
Especially if you can help him out.
Help him.
Lead your brother the right way.
Lead him.
If you see your brother leaning on his own understanding, be like, hey, brother, get counsel, bro. Get counsel. You know what I'm saying? Don't destroy yourself if you thinking you're doing the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You respected somebody. You know what I'm saying? You listening to somebody. Or in some cases, if you love your parents, you obey them. Which is listening. You know what I'm saying? Love is something you do. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gave us that spirit, the spirit of work. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of faith. If you love the Lord, you're going to do this work. And if you ain't doing this work, then you don't love the Lord. That's our spirit. You know what I'm saying? We got a spirit of power and of love. That's work, all of it. So if you're not doing that, then you got that spirit of fear. Why don't you got the bills? Maybe because you wasn't working hard enough. Why don't you think you could beat this person in front of you? Because you don't think you worked hard enough. Which means they conquered you already. You wasn't able to conquer yourself. You didn't fight the battle 2 months ago when you had the chance to. Or 2 weeks ago when you didn't have the chance to. But now today is test time. And you didn't conquer the practice session. You wasn't there for practice. So when it's time for play or sports, you can't do it. Because you've lost. And now you're scared of the outcome. That's not the spirit that the Lord gave us. We stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. You're always ready. Because you powerful. You got the spirit of power and the spirit of love in you. Strong. You're going to have to go take that run you ain't want to take. You're going to have to go deal with that person you want to deal with. You're going to have to go do it. Because otherwise you'll have that spirit of fear in you. Right? Keep going.
And of a sound mind. Verse 8. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of God.
Most High Christ. I'm saying, give me 1 Chronicles 28 and 20. And that scripture said, be not ashamed of the testimony of the Lord. Don't be ashamed of when that day come. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed of when the Lord actually show you that day. Right? What I just called up? First Chronicles 28 and 20. When that day finally come, and when that time finally comes, just be ready for it. Don't worry about it. First Chronicles 20 and 28.
Yeah, 20, 28? 28.
What did I say? 28 and 20.
Kind of.
Go ahead, you got it.
This is book of First Chronicles, chapter 28, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And David said to Solomon, his son, be strong and of good courage, and do it. Fear not,
Go ahead.
nor be dismayed.
Go ahead.
For the Lord God, even mine, God,
Mm-hmm.
will be there, will be with thee.
Mm-hmm. Now, read that again from the top.
Okay. This is the book of First Chronicles, chapter 28, verse 20.
Go ahead.
And David said to Solomon.
Now, who's speaking right
son,
now?
David.
Tell me about David. Who's David?
King David's good.
Huh?
David.
Who is he?
King David.
He was a good dude?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Tell me about him. Tell me about David. Tell me a little bit about King David. What you know about him? You don't know no stories about King David? David and Goliath? Tell me about the story.
Slave Goliath.
How?
Slave.
With a slingshot, right? Now, the thing about David was, when he went out there, everybody else was scared. Everybody was scared. David was young, right? And they put all this armor on David, and it just fell on his head like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Just heavy armor, big sword. Some go out there and fight Goliath. He like, nah, I ain't tried none of this. I didn't use any of this before. David was that guy. David had bodies. You know what I'm saying? His hands was bloody. David took over the earth. He put the two sticks together. He put the nation of Israel back together, right? With Abner, you know what I'm saying? Bringing all them other tribes in. He was the king of Judah. Brought it all together. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Now he's giving it to his son. This is what he's telling his son. Keep going.
Be strong and of good courage.
He's telling his son, be strong and of good courage. Meaning don't be weak, right? Don't be a sucker out here. Keep going.
And do it. Fear not.
Fear not. That's important. That's what you tell your son. That's what you tell the men here. That's what you tell your woman. That's what you tell your kids. That's what you tell yourself. Fear not. Don't fear nothing. Don't fear nobody. Be strong and of good courage. Because when you're strong and you fear nothing, then you have nothing to worry about. You ever look at that gas tank and it's on E, on Easy E, and you're like, damn, I wonder if I'm going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, yo, this is crazy. Or you ever be looking at something, you're like, damn, I wonder if, just put your faith in the Lord. Or call somebody. You know what I'm saying? Get it done. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord gave you. He gave you power and he gave you love. Because somebody will be like, I got you, no sweat. Boom, you good. Or you could say, you know what? I'm going to muscle it. I'm going to be of good strength and good courage. We're going to make it. We're going to pull up. What'd he say? Pull up to the club, tank on, eat. You what'd he say? That's that Boosie. What'd he say?
Did all drinks on me?
Yeah, I mean, Meek said it too. Meek was like, still on that hush, in my Rolls Royce on E, they gonna remember me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our spirit. We gonna pull up on E and just have it in the Lord's hands. That's fearing not. That's being of good courage. Or is foolish as hell. One of the two. But that's what faith is, believing in something that you haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? Or believing in somebody that you don't know. Or something or some power that you're not sure of. Because we can't be sure that the Lord is real. You know what I'm saying? We see the Lord like Most High Christ. That's us. But in the world, I think it's a God. You can't really be sure. But us coming in here, we got faith that the Lord is real. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. So Solomon is telling his son, Be strong. Be of good courage. And fear not. Go ahead.
Nor be dismayed.
Now, what's dismayed? Yeah. Yeah. Don't let them confuse you. Go ahead.
For the Lord God, even my God, will be with thee. He will not fail thee.
The Lord is not going to fail us, man. The Lord is going to make sure you straight. That's why you got nothing to worry about. The Lord going to take care of you. If you do the right thing, the Lord is on your side every day. But if you know you're not doing the right thing, that's when your fear begins. That's Satan in your mind. Get yourself together and do the right thing. Do what needs to be done. For the school, for yourself, for your family, for everybody. Do the right thing. That way the Lord going to be on your side. Because if you're not doing the right thing, then you're going to have that spirit inside of you. That spirit is doubt. That spirit is Satan. That's the spirit that you got from the oppressor. Because you taking on their spirit, their customs. You know a whole nation of people who stole our whole everything? They stole everything from us. Not only did they steal it from us, they ruling the earth with it. They ruled the whole earth. They went to a people, took everything from them, stripped them butt naked, took everything, the shield, everything from somebody. And then they go rule the earth with it and got you over here smoking crack. Got you over here wondering how you going to pay a bill. Got you over here looking at your gas tank on E. They stole your whole everything. They wearing your clothes. They talking like you, talking your language. A bastardized version of all of that. But nonetheless, they've stolen it. They wearing your shield. Well, not really. But you dig what I'm saying? They took what was ours and made a whole nation and then ruled the earth with it. Good night. They got no fear. They got no fear. And you should hear them talk about us. They don't care. Because they got the spirit of power that they stole from us. Take it back, man. Take it all back. Because with us, the earth just looked different. With us, you know when they let the first black dude in football? I think it was in the 40s. That same dude won I think like 47. That same dude just got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2000. Yeah. Yeah, college. I think it was in the College Hall of Fame from his college. They let him into football. They didn't know how he would coexist with white people or his oppressor. Not how good he would be, but if he can coexist with the oppressor and play football. He played for 9 years. Got the Hall of Fame. Huh? Look at that. Imagine you a football player in an all-Edomite football league. Do you know what they're going to say to you? Do you know how they're going to treat you? The things they're going to do to you in them locker rooms? Ooh-wee. And Esau is halfway colorful. You dig what I'm saying? Esau is halfway colorful. If you ever been around Esau for too long, you can see the colorful things that they do. They colorful. Right? Now, can you imagine being that brother and having to deal with that? Can you imagine, Jackie Robinson integrating baseball? Right? They want to play baseball so much that they go into the oppressor's world and take it over. Now, today, you got the Marshall Folks and the Marshawn Lynches and, you know what I'm saying, all the different running backs, you know what I'm saying, that became somebody great. You got basketball, you know what I'm saying, all the baseball players, the Roberto Clementes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody came in there with no fear and took it from them. Because it was ours to begin with. Right? Now, granted, we could have made our own league and did our own thing, which probably would have been way better. But taking theirs back is just so much more great. You dig what I'm saying? Like, not just being a part of it, just take it back. My kid, hopefully one day my kid will say, hey, Dad, when was the first Edomite to play basketball? I'm like, no, son, that's the other way around. You dig what I'm saying? Like, no, we had to go take that. You know what I mean? Now you might see one Edomite on the team. He looking lonely. You dig what I'm saying? Because we done took the sport. Only thing, they coaches. The Edomites are the coaches and the head things or whatever. They running the game. They got us on the field. It's a book called The $40 Million Negro. I think that's what it's called. Real good book, man. It's a real good book. That's our spirit. That's what the Lord gave us. That cowardice, that don't come from us. That comes from them. That comes from them. And not just them being cowards, them making you a coward. They make you a boy. They make you a son. They make you feel this big and cripple you and take your house. And now you sitting there thinking that you're unworthy. That is not your spirit. That's their spirit. They gave it to you. They made you a sucker, a baby. I say that to my daughter all the time. They made you a baby. They made you somebody that they can feed off of whenever they hungry. And you just let them be a parasite. That's just the way that you become in America. That's not our spirit, man. We're not supposed to live like that. It's not right. It don't feel right. It shouldn't feel right to you. You shouldn't even want to feel that way. What else you got on there? Oh, that's it on that. Give me 2 Samuel 23 and 2. Let me see what we got on this.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, verse 2.
Right?
The Spirit of the Lord spake by me,
Mm-hmm.
and his words was in my tongue.
Right.
Verse 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear
Hold
of
on
God.
1 second. Let me get there with you.
Count.
Start at verse 1.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 23, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these be the last words of David.
Mm-hmm.
David, the son of Jesse,
Right.
said, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
and the sweet psalmist of Israel.
Now, this is the last words of David. Go ahead. Sweet psalmist, psalm is like the songs, right? He was a songwriter, a poet. David was a poet. David had bars. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy. He was also very, 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 very confident in who he was, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. The Spirit of the Lord spake by me.
The Spirit of the Lord spake by him. That's how the Lord speaks. The Lord speaks through you. The Lord speaks through me. When you go talk to somebody that needs to hear what you got to say, that's the Lord speaking to them. Because they might be in some back alley somewhere or some gas station that the Lord just might not even be looking at. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they just might be at some super ducky block, some back block, John. You like, whoa. And then you speak to them. That's the Lord coming to visit that place. The Lord may have never been there before. You dig what I'm saying? The Lord may have never spoken to them before. But here you come. The Lord is speaking through you. Keep going.
And his words, and his word was in my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3.
Now the Lord's words is in your tongue. That's his right here. Because you're going to tell them what they need to hear. Hey, brother, you know you an Israelite, right? You don't got, look. The Lord gave you a promising lifestyle. You don't got to be here doing this. This ain't the life for you. You just building the oppressor's kingdom by doing this. You making his jails more beefy. You making his, police system and prison systems more beefy by doing what you're doing. Listen, brother, come work with us. Come serve the Lord. Come fight for the Lord. We got an army, you know what I'm saying, that's bigger than your eyes can see. That army is fighting the oppression in America. We here to save blacks and Hispanics from being oppressed in America. That's our duty. That's our job. We here to make sure you free. And what's freedom? Freedom is taking your brain back, taking your mind back from Satan. I'm going to give you the opportunity to come follow us. I'm going to give you the opportunity to come do the work of the Lord. Take this card, take this flyer, call this number. You see his number on the bottom of this flyer? Call it. If you want to change, call this number. If you're ready to change, call this number. But if not, enjoy your crack. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord speaking to them through you. And that's the Lord's words in your tongue. Because the job is, Christ's whole job was to bring the nation back. That was his job. That's what he wanted to do. Bring the nation back together. That's what David wanted to do. That's what Nehemiah wanted to do. That's what Jeremiah wanted to do. That's what Ezra wanted to do. Everybody in the scripture wanted to bring Israel back together. That's it. And that's what you doing when you go speak to that person doing whatever they doing. You in some college somewhere, and you looking at them do whatever they do in that college. And you're like, you know what, man, look, all this book smarts, all this knowledge that we got here, it really ain't nothing compared to what the Bible be saying. What you always talking about that Bible? What you talking about? Listen, the Bible is heavy, man. You gonna go to class, and you gonna learn about King Charles II. And I bet you if you go to this school that I got right here, the school that I go to, ask them about King Charles II. And I bet you your answer gonna be way better than your teachers. I bet it. Bet it. All right, bet. Get to class. Who's King Charles II? Oh, you know, he pioneered the triangular trade of rum and slaves, and they gonna like, dying. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where the knowledge is. So whatever you into, if it's the streets or scholastic world, academia, go to work. Wherever you are with this information, this knowledge supersedes any knowledge that's out there. That's you giving them the Lord. That's you speaking the Lord. Because without you, they wouldn't hear it. The Lord is in your tongue. Go ahead.
Verse 3. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me.
Mm-hmm.
He that ruleth over men must be just,
Mm-hmm.
ruling in the fear of God.
Now that's what you fear, because you know the Lord can do something to you. But we're not going to fear Esau. Mm-mm. The Lord don't tell me to fear Esau. The Lord tell me to fear him. Like I used to fight outside because I knew I couldn't lose the fight and go back home because my dad was there. So we going to rumble. All 6 of y'all, we about to rumble because I'm going to go home and tell my dad I fought 6 people. Did you win? No, but I fought, and I didn't act like a female. You dig what I'm saying? I'm sure he'll rather hear that. You dig what I'm saying? 2 of them, I'm sure he lost the teeth. Here go 1 of the 2 right here. I fought, though, because my dad more scary than all of y'all. I'm not even worried about y'all, because if I run from y'all, I'm going to go home, and I got to deal with my pops. He ain't playing that. He is not having that. You did what? You ran from who? Hey, yo, give me my keys. Go get the dog. We out. And now I got to go fight him anyway. And that's a real story. That's a true story. We went right back on that block. Right back on that block. With the dog. And fought. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad made sure I didn't have that fear. I feared my father more than I feared them on the street. What was they going to do to me? What was they going to do to me? Whatever they was going to do to me, my dad could have did worse. I fear my dad. I got to see him every day. These niggas, whatever. I'll see y'all again. We going to scrap again. We going to fight every day. And they jumped me 3 times. You dig what I'm saying? But no sweat. Because it's just a fight. I'm here today. Right? Me and my dad still good today. You learn how to be strong. That's what make a man. Otherwise, you're going to be stuffed under some car, rolling under a car, trying to hide and find a way away from your fears. The Lord gave you one fear. That's him. That's the Most High. You fear your father. And in this case, I'm talking about my physical father. But the spiritual father is just as important. That's who you fearing. Because you can't deal with your problem. You're going to tuck your tail, and then you got to face the Lord. The Lord going to be like, well, why don't you do A, B, and C? Or the men above you, why don't you do A, B, and C? And then you're going to have to give him your fear account. Not me. I'm not going to give him my account of why I was scared. I can't give my fear account. I'm going to give an account of what I did based on my cojones. You dig what I'm saying? It's a difference. The Lord gave you a spirit not of fear, but he told you to fear him. What else is on that scripture?
Verse 4. Mm-hmm. And he shall be as the light of the morning.
You could drop that. I'm saying it's a bright star. Deuteronomy 3:22. Any questions online? You get online? Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And I besought the Lord at that time, saying, Verse 24. O Lord God, thou hast begun to show thy servant thy greatness
Mm-hmm.
and thy mighty hand. For what God is there in heaven or in earth
Mm-hmm.
that can do according to thy works
Go ahead. Go ahead.
and according to thy might?
Mm-hmm.
Verse,
Keep going.
verse 25. I pray thee, let me go over and see the good land
Mm-hmm.
that is beyond Jordan,
Go ahead.
that goodly mountain
Mm-hmm.
in Lebanon. It's like Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. But the Lord was wroth with me
Mm-hmm.
for your, it's like wroth with me for your sakes, and would not hear me. And the Lord said unto me, let it,
Where you at right now?
I'm at verse 26 in the middle.
Go ahead.
Let it suffice
Mhm.
thee. Speak no more unto me of this matter.
The Lord gonna fight for us. The Lord gonna make sure He fight for you. Right? You gonna go to deal with your enemies, and the Lord gonna be like, look, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about what you gotta go through. Right? Because just go over there, like He did with Gideon. He told Gideon to get rid of half of his men, because the battle wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been the Lord's glory. It would have been man's glory. Right? The Lord gonna make sure you know. So like that was the right scripture. Deuteronomy 3:20. Read from the top.
Okay.
Read 21.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3.
That was read 22. You passed it.
22.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, verse 22.
Go ahead.
Ye shall not fear them,
Mm-hmm.
for the Lord your God he shall fight for you.
That's what I wanted. Read that again.
Ye shall not fear them,
Mm-hmm.
for the Lord your God, he shall fight for you.
So when Joshua went over, and Joshua, you know what Joshua did, right? Joshua, he put the nation together the first time, right? Right after Moses, Joshua really put the nation together. He built the nation. He built everything. So Joshua went and fought and took land and all kind of stuff. Read the book of Joshua. It's crazy. Joshua did it. He put his boot on the ground and left his foot in everybody's mouth. He took the lands. He was taking land. That's what Joshua was doing, right? And the Lord said, don't fear them, because I'm going to fight for you. That's what he told Joshua. And Joshua did not fear them. He didn't fear nobody. He put that work in. And then as soon as he put that work in, we just threw it away. As you'll see at the end of I think it's the next book. I think it's the beginning of Judges. You'll see that we had all this. Joshua made he made the land, and then we had Moabites living with us, and Philistines living with us, and everybody living with us, and then they became our oppressors because they was living with us. Joshua made it possible. He made Goshen on a grand scale, and then we just let Edomites move in. Like, yeah, you can live with us, no sweat. And then in 300 years, they was like, hey, y'all gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Esau moved in with us, and they just took over the house. That's like you letting somebody sleep on your couch, and then you feeling like, man, I wish they would just leave. You know what I'm saying? They took over your house, and you let them. You know what I'm saying? Now your living room don't belong to you. Your fridge don't belong to you, unless you got the power to say, hey, listen, my boy. Ain't that how y'all say it? My boy. You got to go. There's a shelter right down the street. You know what I'm saying? They stopped taking people at 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do that. That's brotherhood. Believe it or not, that's brotherhood. Because if not, somebody going to catch one in there. Somebody going to get hurt. Because you feel like he taking from you. Sometimes you got to tell that brother to go to the shelter. Sometimes you have to. Because you not being a brother to him by letting him have it the easy way out. Right? Read it again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall not fear them,
Mm-hmm.
for the Lord your God, he shall fight for you.
Most of Christ. All right, drop that. Give me Proverbs 3:25. Yo, man, I almost died today, dog. Listen, we was moving this compressor around today, and Issachar brother, right? He husky, big too. So we had this big giant compressor like this, and we moving it inside the joint. So I'm like, as soon as I took my hand off, I was like, listen, just walk it down. Like, just think of the compressor about the size of, I don't know, but from this bottom of this to the top of that. And I'm like, yo, just walk it down. And I'm standing up, he on the ladder. And we doing his work while it was live. One system was live, one system was dead, the one we working on. So he moves it down, and as soon as I let go and back up, that joint just blew up right in my face. Boom! And I was like, oh! But I had safety glasses on, right? Blew it right in my face. Boom! I was like, oh! Turned around and ran. In my mind, I was like, damn. Like, my reflexes was slow. Like, it wasn't slow, but even though I ran, and I ran pretty fast, is what they said, but I was still slow because I saw the explosion in my eyes. I seen it, and I felt it. And then we blew something up. So I'm like, I had to go get something to replace it. And the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, damn. Like, I was really close to that explosion. Like, I let go. It was like, just walk it back. And as soon as I let go like this, it blew up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, like, I really could have checked today. I really could have died. Then on the way home, I'm tired, getting drowsy, falling asleep. I'm like, yo, like, every day we looking at death right in the face. At any given moment, somebody could, you know what I mean, run a red light and it's all over. He was a good man. You know what I'm saying? Write something up for now. At any given moment, the Lord can take your spirit. He could take you out the game. I was at work. Can you imagine what it's like to die at work? I'm not even with my folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, dead to slavery. Trying to do something for somebody else. Brother. Just make sure you know what's important in life. Because at any given moment, it can all be over. Like, I literally seen an explosion. And I just took a test like last week. And we watched explosions in people's face. They call arc flashes. We watched the arc flashes. I'm dealing with 460 volts. It ain't just 120. It's 460. This is power. And I seen it blow up in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to know what's important. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the cars. It's about the time you spend with people that you love. That's what real life is. Deal with your family. Deal with your friends. Deal with your brother. Because you're going to go outside and you're going to do something for somebody else, and that's going to be the end of it. Listen, brother. At this point in time, I mean, I don't got no fears. Because I know that the Lord going to make sure I'm straight. As long as I'm doing the right thing. The Lord going to make sure that my family good as long as I'm doing the right thing. Somehow, some way, the Lord let me survive today. I made it here to the class today. In my mind, I was like, yo, Satan trying to get me to not go to class tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I would have been in a bag somewhere. It's just a way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you got to change your way of thinking. Because if you think for 1 second that you just some whatever from the streets, or you think that old man coming back, that old man can kill you today. You let that man come back, you're going to die today. So you fight that. Fight who you once were. Fight who's trying to tell you something. It might be in your house. It might be in the streets. It might be whoever, but you fight it. And you win. And every day, you pat yourself on the back for your accomplishments. Every day, you thank the Lord that you made it. Because you could have not. What you got? 25.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Be not afraid of sudden fear,
Mm-hmm.
neither of desolation.
Be not afraid of sudden. You know what sudden fear is, right? Yeah, like today. Today. Boom, it blew it right in my face, right? Or 2-3 guys come around the corner, and you like, oh, like it's nighttime, 12 o'clock at night, and they all got on all black. You know what I'm saying? That's like the uniform of Philly today. The all black Nike or the Under Armour squishy pants with a black, you know what I mean, Under Armour, and then the ski mask. That's what everybody wearing. You come around the corner, and it's three of them guys. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, you wake up in the middle of the night and there's somebody in your house, right? That's sudden fear. Something that is immediate, like you said, immediate fear. You wake up or you open your eyes and it's there, boom, right in your face. Read it again.
Be not afraid of sudden fear,
Go ahead.
neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. For the Lord shall be thy confidence.
Now, in your mind, like I said earlier, or like we said earlier, you trained for this. You've always worked for this time. That's what Hebrew Academy is. That's what we doing with these scriptures. You're training constantly. You always training. So when that day come and it's time to present yourself, you present yourself. Who are you? Now it's time for you to prove it. Okay, I see y'all. I'm gonna walk right past y'all three. They gonna be like, hey, bro, you got a lighter? No, I ain't got no lighter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you got a lighter? Yo, if anybody asks you for a lighter, just tell them no. If anybody asks you for the time, tell them you ain't got no watch. You know what I'm saying? You got a phone? No, I ain't got no phone. That's how we taught to be because everybody's praying on the week, right? No, I ain't got none of that. And then when the time comes, you're gonna make it home because you're gonna be confident. But someone like, you got a lighter? Yeah. Why you got a lighter? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what time it is? Yeah, I'll give you the... Nah, we don't give them the time. Because they praying on the week. It's three of them. They know what time it is. Do you know what time it is? It's time to come up off that phone. You dig what I'm saying? Be smart. The Lord gonna be your confidence. Now you gonna know what to do because you've been around men that's been training for so long. You've been around men like Arun and Captain Akkad. Men that'll tell you like, yo, listen, when you see three dudes come around the corner, like you trained for this time and time again. You know what you should be doing. And you know the spirit on these brothers because you've been around men that teach you how to read the room. That's why you train. That's why you here all the time. That's what we're not just coming to school just to be in school. We don't just put these shirts on. This is a lifestyle every day. When them doors close, I'm still an Israelite. When the lights come on, when the sun come up, I'm an Israelite. When the sun go down and the doors open, I'm an Israelite. All day long. We're not just wearing it. It's inside of you. And the minute you're around, teach you how to be a better person. That's when the time to present yourself comes out. But until then, you might be faking the funk, and they're going to rob you. They're going to rob you. That's in Proverbs, the first chapter. Matter of fact, that's right around here. Start at verse 8, 1 and 8. Read 1 and 8.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 8.
Go ahead.
My son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Verse 9. For thy shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
Keep going.
And chains about thy neck.
Keep going. Here
Verse
we go.
10. My son,
Go ahead.
if sinners entice thee,
If a sinner entice you, a sinner is somebody that don't believe in the Lord, somebody that don't got no respect or no fear for the Lord, right? Keep going.
consent thou not.
If a sinner entice you, he's gonna say, yo, he's gonna offer you some sin, right? Don't listen to him. Go ahead.
Verse 11. If they say, come with us,
Now they're gonna say, come with us. Go ahead.
let us lay wait for blood.
We're gonna wait right here, right? We're gonna wait for blood. Go ahead.
Let us lurk privily
We're gonna lurk in the private. We're gonna lurk in the dark. Go ahead.
for the innocent without cause.
We're gonna wait for a Vic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a sweet lick right now. Go ahead. Wait, Slack, without cause. So the innocent gonna walk up. That's gonna be you walking around the corner. La 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 la. And them three little dudes, this is them. Right here. This what they thinking. They like, yo, come on, come with us. We're gonna catch a sweet lick. You see that dude right there with all them chains on? With all that walking by himself at night, looking at his phone like this, on Instagram and YouTube or whatever you want, looking at your phone. They're like, yo, look at boy right there. Keep going.
Verse 12. Let us swallow them up alive
Go ahead.
as the grave,
They're gonna take you like the grave. Go ahead.
and whole as those that go down into the pit.
The pit is the grave. Go ahead.
Verse 13. We shall find all precious substance.
They taking that phone. Go ahead.
We shall fill our houses with spoil.
They robbing you. They gonna take that watch. They gonna take that phone. They gonna take what's in your pocket, your gas card, your Easy Pass. They gonna take your supermarket cards, your ring, your sneakers. They gonna take all that. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Cast in thy lot among us.
They telling them. It's them telling them like, yo, cast in your lot. Come take a part in this. Let's get down. Go ahead.
Let us all have one purse.
We're gonna split the bag, bro. Look, we're gonna go over there. We're gonna take that. We're gonna split that. Or we're gonna go into this market. We're gonna steal everything in the market. We're gonna split it. Go ahead.
Verse 15, my son, walk not thou in the way with them.
Go ahead.
Refrain thy foot from their path.
Go ahead.
Verse 16, for their foot run to evil
Mm-hmm.
and make haste to shed blood.
They quick to shed blood. They quick to kill somebody. That's the day. Then they gonna rap about it. They gonna rap about you not being, you lacking. And they gonna be like, yo, we caught your man lacking on the block. They gonna call you young boy from the back block. They gonna call you, you gonna be coming out of McDonald's. And then they gonna make a diss song and stomping on a double cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna rap about it. They're gonna clown you about it. Keep going.
Verse 17, surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird.
And it's in vain. They do it for no reason. But the net is spread, and you're going to get caught in it if you can't see it. Right? That's going to be you walking around with your phone up like this because you don't know about the story of Gideon. You don't know the brother that was looking down in the water. You don't know how to walk. You don't know how to be a soldier, a man of the Most High. Instead, you looking at your phone, and they looking at you. And that net is right there for you. We call it the internet. You're there for a reason. You're going to be internet for real. Keep going.
Verse 18, they lay wait for their own blood.
But this the thing, though. If they dealing with a man of the Lord, they going to be laying wait for their own blood because you going to be ready. If they see any of the Shamar team and they try to fall on the Shamar team, they going to hit them with that Yakarab and send them to the hospital. You dig what I'm saying? Hit him with a couple ones and twos, you know what I'm saying? Get him out of there. And they're going to make it out that back block. Keep going.
They lurk privily for their own lives.
Their own lives, what they're going to lose. Go ahead.
Verse 19, so are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
Now, when you don't know this Bible, you don't know that. So you never learned this before, which is why you stick around men that can teach you that. Because they'll teach you how to be when you go into them dark alleyways, when you in the trenches, as we call it. Because if not, you'll be a Vic, be a Mark, sucker, a buster, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody that's just going to get caught up. Wrong place, wrong time. You got to learn how to be around. You got to learn how to navigate through life. That's what this Bible does for you. The book of Proverbs is navigation through life. You can't fear them because the Lord is with you. And if you know what to do that day, you're going to hit them with a couple ones and twos. You know what I'm saying? Or like Issachar say, I got a punch for him. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit him with that, and then you're going to make it out that alleyway. The Lord was with you. But if the Lord was not with you, you're going to have one sneaker on. You're going to have one sneaker on, and nobody can't call nobody. That's going to be your night. And we're going to be hearing the story about how you leaving the truth because ain't nobody teach you how to fight. And that's a true story, believe it or not. It's a true story. That boy was getting 240 ounces every night. And they caught him lacking, put him under the card. We had to go get that jacket. We had to go get that cover. Ooh-wee. I don't know where he is today, but he gave that joint up. He left the truth. We don't make these stories up. We don't make these, and that was on 58th Street. We don't make these stories up. We don't make these up. This is real life. You think we just talking? No. We've been doing this for a long time. Walked down many streets. Bent many corners. Seen a bunch of stone cold weenies. Stone cold weirdos. You know what I'm saying? They come in and out the truth, but they're not built for this. They're not built to last. But you, my brother, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I'm praying that you a different type person. That you a different breed. That's who you need to be. You need to be somebody that know the right thing. That brother, most of my brothers lost because they lack the knowledge. Right? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right? So if you don't know how to deal with the situation, you'll be confused. And you'll lose the battle to Satan. Some people are taught well, they bred well. Right? And they know that they're not allowed to lose this battle. Some brothers, they don't know that. Or some brothers do know that and they still lose. You're not allowed to lose, especially coming up under brothers that I'm around and that I'm with. or me, myself. You dig what I'm saying? The men taught me to never be a coward under no female, under nobody that surround me, under my family, under anybody. Because Satan gonna come through all of them. Today, Satan gonna come through your phone, gonna come through your bills. That joint gonna be like, yo, we owe Diam. You know what I'm saying? That mailbox. Satan gonna knock on your door early in the morning, like, yo, have you heard the good word? Bang! No. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Mormons gonna knock on your door, hey, bang! You know what I'm saying? Like, or the fake Israelites, you know what I'm saying? The fig trees. You gonna be like, yeah, but, I mean, I'm just trying to understand, why is it okay for you to talk to a brother like that when they don't talk to brothers like that over there? Then you go be over there with them semen guzzlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be over there with them people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you deserve to be. You put fringes on your sleeves. They're not gonna teach you how to be a man. You're gonna be castrated. They're gonna find your balls somewhere on the side of the road as you threw them out the window. You dig what I'm saying? Or they're gonna find them in your girl purse. Go get your balls back. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is, man. The Lord teach you how to be somebody strong, especially in here. Because if not, you'd be weak, man. You're a sucker, and you be subject to your fear, subject to your pain. And those two things don't exist in a man's life. Because pain is weakness leaving the body, which is one thing I heard coming up. You know what I'm saying? But fear is their spirit. Absolutely, which is in the Bible. Give me, was there anything else on that? The sudden fear? What was that, 3 and 25? Yeah,
Verse 26.
That was it. Read the end of 26.
Okay. Verse 26. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
For the Lord shall be thine confidence,
Mm-hmm.
and shall keep thy foot from being taken.
The Lord gonna make sure your foot don't be taken. The Lord gonna make sure that wherever you go, wherever you step, you're gonna be in the right place. Give me Psalms 56 and 4.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
In God I will praise his word.
Mm-hmm.
In God I have put my trust.
Mm-hmm.
I will not fear what flesh can do unto me.
Now, break it down. Give me the spirit.
Put your trust in the Lord. You ain't got to worry about nothing. No man out here, you ain't even got to worry about your flesh because you have the strength and knowledge to fight your flesh.
That's the surface. Give me more.
Whatever you get yourself into, God can get you out.
I like it. You do know that you come back. Your spirit gonna come back on earth, right?
You go with the Most High and then you come back.
Yeah. So if you fight and you stand for the Most High on this life, you'll be blessed in your next life. You dig what I'm saying? Most people, when that day come, they fall that last day because you're scared of what the flesh can do to you. And not just their flesh, your flesh. Right? You cower under that flesh, under that, carnal spirit, or that spirit that Esau gave to you. That day you cower under that, you lose your spirit. And even if that's your last day, you're going to come back born to a crackhead. You're going to come back addicted to dope and heroin. You're going to come back and have to live, in some Bronx in the 70s, Bronx in the 80s, some hellhole. You know what I'm saying? Because your last choice, you gave up. And now you start over. So now you got to find the truth all over again. You got to be a trooper all over again. But some brothers are born in the truth. Some brothers is having children today. And that child made it back into the truth without having to work for it. He'll never smoke weed. He'll never eat pork. He'll never have to deal with the insanity in the world. But you, when you give it up that day, you're going to have to come back and you're going to cry many nights. You're going to eat hunger for dinner for many nights. You're going to deal with them roaches in the cereal for many nights. trying to find a way to find the Lord again. And that pain is going to try to eat you alive again because you let it win that last moment. Read it again.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 56, verse 4.
Go ahead.
I will, slack it. In God I will praise his word.
Mm-hmm.
In God I will put my trust. I will not fear.
Now, praise is like doing the work. Praise is like believing. You know what I'm saying? Praise is like staying true to it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what the Christians say. They ain't going to sing about it. I mean, we ain't singing about it. Now, granted, this is a song, but that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? You go to church and they just sing about something. That's what they call praise. They be like, yeah, it's praise. It's praise and worship hour. And they just be singing. Oh, that's cool. And they just be singing. You think I'm saying? Like that ain't what we doing in here. Like it's work to do. So the Lord's word, yeah, we gonna keep it. We gonna honor it. And what's your favorite answer for everything? Keep the what?
Law, statute, and command.
That's the praise. Keep going.
I will not fear what flesh can do unto me.
You missed the parts of that. And God, I have put my trust. You know what I'm saying? What is trust?
Loyalty.
I'll take it. Loyalty, respect, honor, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Trusting somebody is like you get in the car with them and you ain't looking at the speedometer. You get in the car with somebody and you look at how fast they going, or you checking the mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Or you put your seatbelt on. Trust is you getting in that car and you just know you're gonna make it to where you're getting to. That's trust. Like I don't even gotta worry about me getting where I'm going. I trust you. Go ahead.
I will not fear what flesh can do up unto me.
All right, drop that. Give me Isaiah 51:7. Isaiah 51:7. When y'all get the time, man, y'all should find one of these books that y'all like Isaiah, Ezekiel, Joshua. Find a book that you like and just go read it. When you get a chance, that's what you should do. Just read a book in the Bible. Take notes, get a highlighter, and eat the roll. Go study. And then when you come back, you should have questions like, yo, remember we talking about earlier before class? You should have questions like that, like, yo, who were these people and what did they do? And how did this happen? Because you reading the story, but you need other parts of the story to put it together. That's when you come to class like, yo, I read in Ezra that this happened. Well, he was trying to rebuild the temple that Nehemiah built. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That Joshua built. And that's the rededication. And then you get to piece it together. So when you get home, or when you get a free time, man, read a book in the Bible. Start in Isaiah. Just read Isaiah. Just read it. You know what I'm saying? Read Zechariah or Ezra or Nehemiah or Joshua or the first 5 books, the law. Like, you know what I mean? Just read it. Go home and read the Bible. Read about Christ. Read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Read Hebrews. That's gonna blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because they talking that talk in Hebrews. You see what I'm saying? But in order for you to really get the New Testament, read the Old Testament and get the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Read Micah. Read some of them scriptures. Just read them. Read Amos. You know what I'm saying? Take notes. And just start to really do the work and become a priest and prophet. Because until that day, you're just going to be dependent on, you know what I'm saying, what we say in class. And I know y'all ain't taking notes. You know what I'm saying? So you never really get it until you pick that book up and read it on your own. Everybody should be in here sharp. What you got? 51:7.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Hearken unto me,
Mm-hmm.
ye that know righteousness.
Listen to me. If you know the right way, if you know the path, if you can hear it, He that got an ear, let him hear. If you know righteousness, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. What?
The people in whose heart is my law.
Mm-hmm. The
Fear
people
ye,
in whose heart is my. If this law is in your brain, if you know the righteousness, and you know these scriptures, it's in your brain, it's in your mind. My law or the Lord's law is in their mind. Go ahead.
fear ye not the reproach of men.
Don't fear what men can do to you. You know the scriptures. You know the law. You know the Lord, right? If you know it, don't fear what a man could do to you. I mean, he might break your arm, break your foot, might, you know what I mean, stuff you in the back of the car, pistol whip you, whatever the case may be. All right, no sweat. But you're going to live. You should never let nobody do that to you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, things happen. Pain, you got to deal with it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, fear the Most High. And don't ever cower to the reproach of a man. Keep going.
Neither be ye afraid of their revelings.
Don't be afraid of their revelings, man. Like, that's just life on earth. Like, think about Esdras. Esdras asking questions like, yo, why is it so bad here? Jeremiah and Ezekiel like, yo, why is earth so bad? It's been bad since then. And then you gonna come out the house, you gonna be like, dang, why is the world sucks? Like, the place we live in a effed up place. The world is a horrible place to raise our kids in. But they've been saying that since Adam. Since Noah. Noah was like, yo, y'all niggas is retarded. You did what I'm saying? No, like, yo, get on this boat. They're like, no, cuz we gonna go over here. Such and such got a party. And we got a big bag of wine. You dig what I'm saying? And Noah probably was like, y'all niggas is crazy, man. Like, and he probably just telling them that the world is gonna end. And they like, no, cuz we chilling, man. Look, we over here. We vibing out. You silly. You gonna build a boat. It ain't even raining. What are you building a boat for? It ain't even no water. What, you gonna walk your boat to the water? They probably start, you know how black people is. They probably start cutting on him like, yo, look at your boat. You can't even make, you probably start grinding him up. Like, look, your boat don't even look like a boat. And then Noah probably was like, man, y'all niggas crazy. You kept building. You saying, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about me. That day gonna come when you gonna talk about yourself. And y'all gonna be sitting there trying to get on this boat. That's how it's been since day one. It's been just like it is outside since day one. They had projects in Egypt. They had police brutality in Egypt. They had drugs in Egypt. You know what I mean? There was addicts in Egypt. Same thing in slavery. You know what I'm saying? Those quarters that we live in, that's projects. That's the slave quarters. You know what I'm saying? We live in slave quarters today. Same thing. Drugs, you know what I'm saying? We go to work where the big house is. We go work by the big house. You know what I'm saying? Go in the field all day, work all day, and then you go home and you take that little bit of money, and then you pay the bills, and then you take what little bit of scraps you got and pray that your family can eat. And you work until you die. It's been the same since Egypt. We living in the same earth we always lived in. Ezra came outside like, damn, where's the beginning of the wicked heart? Man, look, it's just the way the world is. And we just got to deal with it. But one day, that spirit is going to fall. All of that is going to fall. And they all going to be under your rulership, under your power. That's going to be a different earth. When that day come, ooh-wee, that's the kingdom of heaven. But until then, you got to go outside and see somebody getting their head knocked off over a nick bag. Or you got to go outside and see all 4 of your tires are stolen. All 4 of your tires are stolen. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they took all 4 of your tires, left your car on the cinder block. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you got to go outside and see cinder blocks under your rims. That's where we got to live at. Until the one day come when we can just change the earth. That's what I pray for. I pray for that day. Because I don't want to live here. I don't want my children to grow up in this earth. So every day I pray for more brothers to learn this truth. So they're not out there doing that. You dig what I'm saying? They're not out there trying to rob you for $250 or trying to go shoot somebody and then go to jail and come out on bail and shoot somebody again and then be on the run for shooting somebody because you was in jail for shooting somebody. Then you shoot at the cops and then the cops shoot you and you die. What was life about? That's a real story. What was life about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the whole point of you living? You spent your whole life for what? I pray that people get rid of that mentality. And that's what we here to work for. That you can achieve something in life. First thing is coming into the school. First thing is taking that officer test, standing up on the podium and letting the earth know that you are a priest and prophet of the Lord. And what you say is what the Lord is saying to them. And when they hear that, they should say, you know what? He's right. This is what Christ was doing so many years ago. Where is your school so I can learn? Adawan. That's what they should be saying. But you know what they say today? Hey yo, I got five on the next backwood. Hey yo, look, roll up, cuz I got, you know what I mean? Boom. That's what they are saying because they want to pacify the pain. It's just life, the place that we live in today. And until we fix it, it's gonna be broke. What else you got? Was that it on that? I think that was it. Give me Psalms 14 and 27. Got a little bit more.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 20. Hold on. 14 and 7?
No. 14 and 27. So look. So, 19 and 9.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of the Lord.
You know what? Read that one, then we go back to 14, because it's one of 14 too. What?
Count. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgment of the Lord are
Nah, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. It's 19, 14 and yeah. Is that what I want? 19 and 5, is that what I want? It's around here somewhere. Read 19 and 5.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 5. Which is as bridge.
I'm sorry, 14 and 5.
Count. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 14, verse 5. There were they in great fear. God is in the generations of the righteous. Verse 6. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge.
And y'all get that, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I want, though. That's not what I want, though. All right, let's drop that. That's my bad. It's locked in. Give me Ecclesiastes 8 and 12. Let's see here somewhere. You got it? Ecclesiastes right at the Proverbs and Psalms.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times,
Go ahead.
and his days be prolonged.
Listen, what's that saying? Talk to me. Yakabat.
Though the wicked seem like they go unpunished all day long.
Yes. Like, how much crack can you smoke? You know what I'm saying? Like, the wicked seem as if they go unpunished, and they do sin 100 times. Read it from the top.
Though the sinner do evil 100 times.
They do it 100 times, dog. They do it over and over and over again. They just piling on the sins. They, you know what I'm saying? They just do all kind of sins on top of each other. Go ahead.
and his days be prolonged.
And then he lived long. Like you might see him, you know what I'm saying? He might be old and he's still doing what he doing. And you like, damn, like, why is it the Lord kept him around if he a sinner? But he took away, you know what I'm saying, the brothers that we know that was not sinning. You know what I'm saying? Why am I still able to die in this walk and somebody else sin on top of sin and they still alive? Been alive for years. That's the question. Go ahead.
Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him.
Now, I do know that it's going to be well with the man that understands that the Lord is the ruler of this, right? The Lord has the final say. So, yeah, you might think that you can go sin because he done sinned years and years and years and years. You might think, oh, yeah, I've been eating pork all my life. Ain't that what they say? I've been eating this all my life. You want to tell me not to eat pork today? I've been eating pork since the day you was born. You've been eating pork. You know what I mean? And then you go eat that one pork sandwich because they've been eating it all their life. You go eat that pork, shrimp, crab, lobster sandwich, and you get everything. The Lord give you the whole book. You gonna get gout, all that, HIV, all that. You dig what I'm saying? Everything. But your grandma been eating pork her whole life. How come she ain't get it? Why don't she got gout and cancer and everything else? But you should fear the Lord, because the Lord gonna wink at her ignorance. He ain't gonna wink at yours, because you know better. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked,
Shall not be well with the wicked. Go ahead.
neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not before God.
Now, read that one more time.
But it shall not be well with the wicked,
It's not gonna be well with them. Even though you think it's gonna be cool with them, it's not really gonna be cool with them. Their days may do wicked 100 times over, and you see them and you just looking at them like, damn. The strip club just seems so appealing. You like, damn, they go strip every day. They don't gonna have no problems. And then you gonna be what was the joint from Players Club, the one that the finally went to go strip, and she had a bad night. But Diamond been stripping the whole time. But then she go and she got a bad night. That ain't for her. The Lord got something else for her. But that stripper John, that's her life. And she gonna wind up with some dude that's gonna be for her. And then she's gonna be in some neighborhood that was for her. And she's gonna live a life that's for her. That's her life. You don't try to take on their life. Their life is meant for the wicked. And you cross into their path, you can't live in that path. You can't breathe that breath. You know what I'm saying? You can't ride on that track. That's not for you. That's not your lane. And if you try to feed off of that lifestyle, it won't work. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna get bit. Keep going.
neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
Them days, like them, they gonna be lurking right there. Like it's inevitable. Like a shadow, it's inevitable that the wicked gonna get what's coming to him. You should fear the Most High, because you know that he's gonna get whatever is coming to him that day. And if he don't get it this life, he gonna get it the next. You dig what I'm saying? Any more on that?
Sir. You go to 14, there is vanity.
Nah, I mean that's a real good scripture, but that's not what we want. That's not that that whole chapter 8 is crazy. Read verse 1.
Verse 1?
Yeah, 8:1. Ecclesiastes 8:1.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the wise man?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who is as the wise man?
Go ahead.
And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing?
Mm-hmm.
A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine,
Mm-hmm.
and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Ooh, though that whole chapter is crazy. Listen, Ecclesiastes is one of them books, man. All right, John. This David. Drop that. Give me Y'all got that? You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let's go with it anyway. Give me Matthew 10 and 28. I'm sure you heard this 1,000 times.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28.
What?
And fear not them which kill the body,
Mm-hmm.
but are not able to kill the soul,
What?
but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Break it down.
Don't fear the wicked folks on earth, folks who can like kill you or whatnot, or fear accidental stuff that can happen. But fear the Most High, because He can get rid of your body and soul. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't come back.
You know, break down the hell.
Hell, oh shoot, have you in the lower state when you come back.
Read it again.
Fear not them which can kill the body, but not able to kill the soul.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
You know, say what you said again. What was
Huh.
that?
It bring you back into the lower state. You'll be here in hell.
Exactly.
Huh.
And then your body and your soul
So-
gonna be destroyed
Count.
because you're gonna be eating oodles and noodles. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be smoking them cigs. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be in jail for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to survive because the food is disgusting. And you eating oodles and noodles every day. You know what I'm saying? On that little tiny TV. Listening to them people yell all day long. Like, that's someplace that can destroy your body and your soul. Because you could really get killed in there. And people really go crazy in there. Like, they get 302 because they can't live so claustrophobic. You know what I'm saying? They tell you when to go out. You go out at 7, come back at 1 or something like that. You just out in the yard all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just sucks. Like, that's somebody that's trying to destroy you like the Lord is trying to destroy you. But that is the Lord destroying you. He trying to break that person down. It's called penitent for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's correction of some sort. But they don't really correct you. They just sit you on the shelf. But think about that in the grand scale. Think about the Lord putting you in a place that's going to break your mind and your body. And they say that the jail is no different than the streets. And that's a fact. Because you might live in one of them projects, you might go home, and it's the same thing. You're going to walk past them people doing the same thing. Going to your little hut, you know what I'm saying? Going to your little crib, it's the same thing. It's all the same because somebody's trying to destroy you. It's a common ground. But you can only get out of there if you do the right thing. It's the only way out. The Lord going to take you out of there. Most of the prophets was in prison. John the Revelator wrote Revelations in prison. Isle of Patmos. Jeremiah was in prison. Paul went to jail. A lot of them was booked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them went to jail. I think it was Peter. It's either Peter or Paul, one of them. But a lot of them got booked for this work. So one thing, I'm not saying that, jail is just, you know what I mean? But the place is meant to destroy your mind and your body. That's what it's meant to do. Just like our ghettos is meant to destroy your mind and your body. But if you fear the Lord, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Because you know you got a stronger power. You got a lifeline. You got a way out. You got the plug. You're not worried about what's going on here. Because you're not even, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with me. I don't care who got killed. It don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not even really here. I just stay here. But my mind is in a whole nother place. You step over them bags and them needles, and you step over them Bluntville wrappers, and you make your way to camp. You step over all of that. You go past them guards and them cells, and you make your way to somewhere where them Israelites is at, in that jail. You dig what I'm saying? You make your way to a place where the Lord people are. You might be here, but you're not really there. Because they trying to destroy your flesh, but they can't destroy your soul. But the Lord, you play with him if you want to. You might think you're getting away with your wickedness. Ooh-wee. You might think you're getting away with it. Until that one day you laying in that hospital bed like, oh my God, he the one that did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, Or you walk in that hospital room and oh my God, that day you say, oh my God, that's the day. That's the day when he visits you. Any more on that? Nah, that's it. Drop that. Give me this is a good joint right here. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations
Above all nations.
on
That's what
the
we
earth.
need. That's what we need above all nations. Give me verse 7.
On account. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Now, if we was to listen to the Lord and you do the right thing, everybody that come up against you is going to fall in front of your face. We see it here in the UPK all the time. I mean, when I first came in, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing the battles that they get into, I remember I tried to get into a battle on the train and got smushed. I thought I could do it. I was a young man. That day I knew I was really a young man. I was trying to be like Captain Top Ward. You know what I'm saying? Be like Captain Zariak and, you know what I mean, Captain Cotton. You know what I'm saying? I got crushed on the train that day. Came back, Captain Buff. I came back. I'm like, yo, I told him what happened, you know what I'm saying? And I vowed that day that it'll never happen again. But I didn't know how to fear the Lord because during those days, I was not fearing the Lord. I was in a whole nother bag. And that's why it's good for y'all to teach. It's good for y'all to be here in these classes because we made the mistakes that y'all making. You know what I'm saying? We've been where y'all been for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We've done the stupid things that you may be doing. You know what I mean? Like just being in your sin and trying to come about the world, and then you're gonna try to teach somebody about the Bible. You know what I mean? And that boy cooked me. He was a Muslim boy. He cooked me. I'm trying to pull a Bible in my precept book. I was like, no, put that away. And I put it away like, oh, hold up. And I swear I knew the Bible. I did not, bro. Because Islam was so close to what I was learning. I didn't know how to tell the difference. I was a young man, you know what I'm saying? But as I grew into the truth, I get to see the spirit on things. And I could have cooked him a certain kind of way. Like every day I think about that day on that train. I could have cooked him, but I lost because I wasn't practicing. Right? Read verse 7 again.
Okay. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Read verse 1 again too.
Okay. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
You listen to the Most High. You fear the Most High. And you listen to what he say to do. And all your enemies is going to fall in front of you. But if you don't listen to the Most High, then your enemies will overpower you. They will overtake you. And you will lose. That's verse 15 and down. Verse 15 and down is when you lose those battles. But verse 1 through 15 is you winning those battles. Stay on the verse 1 through 15 side. Because you don't want to see the 60-something, 50, 40-something curses on the other side. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get the belt. Because the belt is on the other side of 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stay on the good side. Stay on the side with the rewards and the prizes and the stickers and the like buttons. You know what I'm saying? Because on the other side of 15 is a bad John. So when you fear the Most High, you do what he tell you to do, you'll get them blessings. Your enemies will fall in front of you. Keep going. Verse 7.
Verse 7. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. Thou shalt come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways.
They're going to flee from you 7 ways. They're going to run from you because you're stronger. You got the spirit of power on you. Give me Deuteronomy 20 and 1.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and settest
Yeah, go ahead. See it.
and seest horses and chariots and a people more than thou.
So now you going out to battle, right? Now this is a story. You going out and you see an obstacle that you feel is greater than what you've signed up for, right? You see something that you feel like can overpower you or you think is overpowering. And you see it and you look at it and you're like, oh man, I think I barked up the wrong tree, right? Go ahead.
And a people more than thou.
Damn.
Be not afraid of them,
Go ahead.
for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Now here's the thing though. The Lord told us how to get out of Egypt through Moses. We listened to Moses, follow Moses, which that should probably be next week, following the men above you. You know what I'm saying? We followed Moses and we made it out of Egypt. Right? Now, don't go and try to fight your own battles. Don't go off your own understanding. You following the men above you and y'all get to a place and you feel like it's too much. Or you get to Hebrew Academy and you like, this is just too much. I've bit off more than I can chew. Or you get to camp and it's a mass of people at camp. And they coming to they throwing everything at the whole concession stand at the camp. And in your mind, you just like, this is just too much, right? You thinking, how am I going to make it out of this, right? The Lord said He's going to be with you in that day because you followed the man that He given you to follow, right? Keep going. Verse 2.
Verse 2.
20 and 2.
22. Verse 2. And it shall be when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint.
Go ahead.
Fear not, and do not tremble.
This is what the priest is saying. This is what you should be saying to that person that got a battle that they feel like they can't overcome. Maybe drug addiction. Maybe they woman. It may be whatever they under, whatever rock they can't crawl from under. This is what you say to them. When you walk up to them, say, fear not. Fear not. Don't tremble. The Lord is with you. That's your job. That's what you say to them. Go ahead.
Neither be ye terrified
Don't be
because
terrified.
of them.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies,
Go ahead.
to save you. Verse 5. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house,
Go ahead.
lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it.
So there's somebody that feels like he haven't done what he should be doing, right? Let him not be in this battle because his head is not going to be here. He going to die and some other man going to dedicate their house, right? Keep going.
Verse 6. And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard and have not yet eaten of it?
Go ahead.
Let him also go and return unto his house.
It's somebody that's like, man, look, I got this car that I ain't drive yet. I got this family of mine that's at the house. He's not thinking about this battle. He's thinking about the life that he's going to leave. He's thinking about the things that he may lose. The priest is telling him, fear not. What you think they scared? Like, what you think a person thinking about when he's scared? That's the question.
Loss.
Loss. What are you going to lose? So they thinking about all the things that they going to lose. I got a house that I ain't really finished yet. Damn. My lady live in there. My kids live in there. I planted a vineyard. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I might lose my job. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're talking to that person that don't have anything of that, and you trying to get them straight, you like, they like, man, you know what? I just want to get high one more time. I just want that. One more hit, one more blast. And you know, with all them drugs, you got to stay up. They probably up right now. You know what I'm saying? They just need that one more bump just to stay up. You know what I'm saying? They can never come down. And you're like, you know what? Them drugs is more important to you. You should go do your drugs. You know what I'm saying? That house is more important. Go live in your house. That job is important. You know what? Most high Christ. Go work your slavery. Go ahead.
Lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And what man is there that have brotherhood, that have brothel,
Betrothed.
betrothed,
Brothel is crazy. Go ahead. Brothel is insane. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That have betrothed a wife,
Mm-hmm.
and have not taken her.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in battle,
Mm-hmm.
and another man take her.
Now, they're thinking about dying because they're thinking about what they have too much. Like your mind is there. Like you there too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you just care about what's there. You don't care about what's in front of you. You don't care about the men that we see here. You might walk up and you're like, damn, you see the battle, you're like, oh, this gonna be one of them. And in your mind, you're like, damn, I got my kids and my wife, and you know what I'm saying? I got slavery, and you know what I'm saying? I got this and I got that. And you about to lose all of that anyway. And you feel like going to war means you're gonna lose everything. That's what my old head told me when I was a young boy. He's like, listen, if you're not scared to lose everything, then I would suggest you going to war. But if you're scared of losing anything, it's not wise to go to war, because they might bring it to your mom crib. You might have to move your mom out. And if you cool with moving your mom out, then go ahead. But if you're not cool with moving your mom out, you're not cool with moving your dad out, you know what I'm saying? If you cool with somebody coming to your crib and doing something to your folks, then, you know what I'm saying, then go to war. But if you're not cool with that, then just, you know what I'm saying, just go the other way. And I feel like those was wise words, you know what I'm saying? Because if I didn't listen to that brother that day, who knows what could have happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, just being in a place where somebody can tell you something like that, you just know that, like, that's a warrior spirit, first of all. You in the middle of a war or a battle. But this is that person telling you, like, if you got a place that's more comfy, if you got cares in the world, then go care about those cares. That was me a long time ago. But if you got cares that you care about, then go take care of what you care about. But if you don't care about those things, and you ready for this battle, you ready for this fight, you ready for this war, you got to take your mind off all of that. And you're going to have to physically detach yourself from all of that. Damn. Your wife, your house, your job, all of that. You have to physically detach to win this battle. If you scared to die in this war, and you scared that those things are going to suffer, then you should go take care of those things. That's on you. And I bet some men left that day. Keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted?
Go ahead.
Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart.
Because you're going to be a cancer. You're going to poison the men. Because you're going to be running around screaming like a Meek Mill ad-lib. You're going to be screaming, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be just weak. And your weakness is going to rub off on everybody. And then we're going to have to die to save you. If you're not ready for this, go in the house. Go home. Go play where you safe at. You not safe here. Because these men ready to go kill something. These men ready to get, Lord willing, they make it home. But that don't matter. Because it's a greater battle. But if you scared of that, just go home, man. Just go be home. If you're not ready to come into the truth and really serve the Lord, then just be a student. Just stay a trooper. Stay at 50. You know what I'm saying? Just stay somewhere where you safe at. Because once you get up to where men are, then you gonna have to fight. If you ain't ready to fight, then just play where it's safe at. Go ahead. Keep going.
Verse 9. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people.
Keep going.
Verse 10. When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. Verse 11. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries
All right, we can drop that.
unto thee.
We can drop that. But that's good. That whole chapter is good. Let me Nehemiah 4 and 14. Two more scriptures and we out of here. Got it? You got it? Now this part in the Bible, this is Nehemiah. So after this part, they repairing. Was it Nehemiah? Yeah, Nehemiah. I believe it had to be Nehemiah. Nehemiah was in captivity, and he left to go rebuild the temple with Ezra. Right? So now this is after they repairing, you know what I'm saying, Jerusalem and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is they getting ready for the fight. And somebody was coming to take over Jerusalem. Somebody was coming to take over the town, if I'm not mistaken. Go ahead, read that scripture.
Page 14?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of Nehemiah.
No, 4. 4 and
4 and 14. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 14. And I looked and rose up and
Matter
said,
of fact, start at verse 8.
come down. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 8. And conspired all of them together.
No, start at verse 7. My bad. So
Come down. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4, verse 7.
Good.
But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and Arabians and the Amorites, Arabians, and the Arabians and the Amorites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up.
Yeah, the wall, like everything was broken down. Like after Joshua built it up, everything was just torn apart. So now Nehemiah and Ezra was trying to rebuild the temple. I'm not sure if they was doing it at the same time, but they definitely was doing it close to the same time. I think Nehemiah came right after Ezra, right? So they hear that the temple or Jerusalem is being built back up. He building the walls back up, and I think one of them is a snake. one of them was he went out to tell like, yo, they rebuilding the walls, and so now these people heard about it and they like, oh yeah, the walls is built back up, like they closing in the city. To keep people out. So that's what they're hearing. Go ahead.
And that the breaches began to be stopped.
People like they started getting their shamar right. Now they on shamar. They got people at the wall like, oh, what you here for? You know what I'm saying? They like, no, they hearing that Jerusalem is getting power back. Go ahead.
Then they were very wroth.
They was upset. They like, hold up, dog. Jerusalem getting their what back? Man, come on, we gotta go see about them. Go ahead.
And verse 8, and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem
Mm-hmm.
and to hinder it.
To hold it back. They trying to hold it back from becoming somebody great, right? So now they coming to fight us because we getting strong. Just because we getting strong, they see you getting your strength back. Just Satan. They see you getting your strength back. They like, hold up, them niggas is doing what? Them niggas built a school. We gonna drive a car through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, them niggas got what? Hold up, we gotta go tear it down. That's just how they feel about us getting strong. Keep going.
Verse 9, nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God.
So either like, all right. So boom, we heard them coming, and we gonna pray to the Most High. Go ahead.
And set a watch against them them day and night
Mm-hmm.
because of them. Verse 10, and Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish.
Yeah, it's a lot of trash. There's a lot of stuff still around, right? That cat is insane. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So now we gonna set a watch against them day and night, right? Or Salaki. Okay. Now it says Judah, the strength is much burdens. Like, so now the city is still messed up. Still a lot of trash and things around it they need to fix. Go ahead.
So that we are not able to build the wall.
Go ahead.
Verse 11, and our adversaries said, they shall not know,
Mm-hmm.
neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them,
Mm-hmm.
and cause the work to cease.
So they're gonna get in the city and kill us from inside. And we're not gonna know that they're in there. That's what they're thinking. But go ahead.
Verse 12, and it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came,
Mm-hmm.
they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you.
Mm-hmm. So the Jews that dwelt around them came to tell us what was going on. Go ahead.
Verse 13, therefore set I in the lower places.
No, this is Nehemiah. He said, I sat in the lower places. Go ahead.
Okay, there's behind the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and on the higher places, I even set the people after their families,
Mm-hmm.
with their swords,
Mm-hmm.
their spears,
Mm-hmm.
and their bows.
So now Nehemiah getting ready. He preparing for the fight. He preparing for the war. Go ahead.
Verse 14, and I looked, and rose up, and said unto the nobles,
Mm-hmm.
and to the rulers,
Mm-hmm.
and to the rest of the people,
Go ahead.
be not ye afraid of them.
Go ahead.
Remember the Lord.
Remember the Lord. Don't be afraid of them. Like they gonna conspire together to take you down because you're trying to get yourself together. But don't be afraid of them. You're gonna have to fight in this truth. You have to fight for Jerusalem. You have to fight for your city. Fight for your kingdom. Fight for your school. And don't be afraid of them. Go ahead.
Which is great and terrible.
They great. It's a lot of them, and they terrible. They might be mighty as hell. Go ahead.
And fight for your brethren,
That's what you fighting for. Go ahead.
your sons,
Go ahead.
and your daughters,
Go ahead.
your wives, and your houses.
You fighting for all of that. So when we come to go to war for the truth, we don't go back home to our wives because we love them. We fight because we love them. You don't go run back to your brother because you love them. You fight for your brother because you love them. And you deal with the pain. You deal with the struggle because you love your brother. Because you love your children and your house and your family and the Lord. That's what the fight is for. Once you fight, you ain't gonna have nothing to worry about. You gonna be afraid for what? You gonna go home with your tail tucked between your legs and give your fear accounts, your fear account. What happened over there? Well, yeah, it was like 10 of them. So what happened? Yeah, so I just came back home. What you mean? Yeah, I just came back home. It was like 10 of them. And what you just let them do what they want to do? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's too many of them. All right, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? Like, Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for you. You go home and do what you need to do. This ain't for you. But some people, they gonna pray to the Most High, and they gonna ask the Lord to be with them, and then you gonna see Samson come out of them. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see one man against 1,000 men, and he gonna trash them. He gonna treat every single one of them because the Spirit of the Lord is on him, and they gonna write books about him. They gonna write stories about him, and it's gonna be 4,000 years later, and we're gonna be reading about that brother. We ain't never gonna read about you. You know what I'm saying? We never gonna hear about you. Keep going.
Verse 15.
Oh, that was it on that last scripture. Give me Joshua, my man, 4 and 24.
Joshua 4 and 24.
4 and 24.
Joshua chapter 4, verse 24.
Hold on. Start at 22. Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Start at 20.
Okay. This book of Joshua chapter 4, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And those 12 stones which they took out of Jordan did Joshua pitch in Gilgal.
Yeah, yep.
20, verse 21. And he spake unto the children of Israel, saying, when your children shall ask their fathers in time to come, saying, what mean these stones?
Go ahead.
Verse 22. Then ye shall let your children know, saying, Israel came over this Jordan on dry land.
We came over that water. We came through that river, but it was dry. We came over that river, but it was dry. That river, we came through that, and it was dry. That's what you're going to tell your children. What these stones mean? What does Bible mean? Oh, you don't know what that Bible? You want to know what that Bible mean? We're going to tell you about what that Bible means. Joshua was telling his sons about how we came out of Egypt. That's what these stones. These stones are a remembrance of us coming through that water, but it was dry. Keep going.
Verse 23. For the Lord your God dried up the waters of Jordan from before you,
Mm-hmm.
until ye were passed over,
Mm-hmm.
as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea,
Mm-hmm.
which he dried up from before us,
Mm-hmm.
until we were gone over.
Go ahead.
Verse 24. That all the people of the earth might know the hand of the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
that it is mighty,
Mm-hmm.
that ye might fear the Lord your God forever.
Listen, you fear the Most High, you fear the Lord, you ain't got nothing to worry about, man. But if you out there doing something crazy, then you got everything to worry about. Just stay strong, man. Stay strong in this truth. We got one body, one spirit. You know what I'm saying? All of that is you coming back to the Most High. You coming back to the truth. You coming back and learning that you are one of the 12 tribes of Israel. And when that day comes, you can make the earth a better place overnight. But until then, we're going to have to deal with the robbing. We're going to have to deal with the shootings. We're going to have to deal with the long sentences. We're going to have to deal with the police and, deal with the politicians and the crooked politicians and all of the simple laws. Like in Philly, they got a new mayor, right? Sherelle Parker. The first thing she did was she banned the ski mask. That's cool, right? No sweat. Then she went to the area of Philly that's drug infested and shut the street down and sent all the criminals and all the drug addicts everywhere else. Now, after that, she banned tinted windows, which means that if your car is parked on the side of the street, they're gonna ticket you. If you driving, they're gonna ticket you. Before, if your car is parked, they can't mess with it. But now, parking authority can ticket your car, and they can tow your car for having tinted windows. The latest one was you can't work on your car outside on the street. You have to be in a garage working on your car. If you working on your car, changing your oil, changing your brakes on the side of the street, they'll tow your car or ticket you or summon you or arrest you. Now, she's not dealing with the problem. She's dealing with the symptoms. That's the black mayor that they elected in the Philly. Now, her folks got beat up on the side of the road by cops, and she was up in her uproar about the police and their actions. But some little Hispanic kid got shot by the cops, and she didn't see nothing wrong. That's who y'all elected in the office. That's the people that y'all elected. These officials, these council people. Listen, we're gonna fear the Most High. We're not voting on them. You know what I'm saying? We should do that next week, a voting class. We don't care about what y'all got going on because our fear is in the Most High. And we know that He's going to be the one that's going to change this place. We know that He's going to be the one that's going to win the battle for us. So we don't worry about those things. I don't worry about nothing because I know I got a power that's way stronger than you. It's going to fight my battle. All I got to do is be in the right place at the right time. All you got to do is listen to your Father. And when you listen to your Father, you reap the rewards and the benefits. Any questions online? What's on Christ? All right. I don't see nothing in the messages. I be getting home and be seeing people texting me questions. And I'm like, dang, I didn't even see that. Facebook. Anything on Facebook? Alright, no sweat. I can't reach right now. Meta. Yo, Facebook is crazy. Oh, like this new search joint. Like I try to search the it's giving me a whole list of that's crazy. No time for that. Alright, that's Vitwab. Alright, with that being said, we're gonna pass the class off to Priest and Officer Yakubai.
We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6-month period in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Ma'asharah, which means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, or whatsoever size bottle. Upcoming holy convocations.
First fruits.
Feast of First Fruits. Monday, June 17, 2024. Starts before sundown. The book of Leviticus 23:10 through 22. Celebrate 50 days count from April 28th. if anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and or scarf. And these are the security announcements.
What's on crazy? All right. With that being said, make sure y'all pay your tithes. Make sure y'all pay your camp funds. You know what I'm saying? Help the truth, man. Support the truth, man, because there's a lot of work to be done, especially this summer. A lot of stuff coming up, man, so make sure you do what you can. Like, you know what I mean, food, I mean, if you cooking, cook for the camp. You know what I mean, if you're a sister, a lot of work to be done, man. So just put your brick in somehow, some way. And make sure you put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, we'll get a brother's one courtesy salute. Min Israel Amajim, which means to stand. Min Israel Amadu Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Brakathum, Yajim Matah, Saw. Min Israel will get a sister's one courtesy salute. Min Israel Amadu Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Latah Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yajim Matah, class dismissed.